Welcome back to part 2 of Going Under the Surface of our Athletes and Esports program. Our guest today is a senior here at Nelson University named Braeden Ringer, and he is on the esports team. Say hi, Braeden.
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
All right. I'll ask the first question. What esport team or teams are you currently a part of? And have you remained consistently on that team throughout the years?
Sort of. So I started on the Smash team.
Okay.
So I've played Smash all 6 semesters that I've been here. But then starting last semester, I also joined the Valorant team, which is a bit of a drastic switch. I'm on both now. But I mean, obviously 2 very different games. So yeah, I'm on Smash and Valorant as of last year.
So now that you're playing both, which one do you prefer? Which one do you find more fun with?
It's an interesting question because they're 2 very different games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I mean, Smash is really individual, so it's really just my practice and what I'm doing, and then I play on my own. But then Valorant is a really team-oriented game. So I think in that sense, and also the fact that it's more new for me, I think Valorant at this point is more fun, just because there's more for me to learn. It's a newer game for me, and then getting to work with the team and just having all that team vibes is kind of fun. I mean, not that I don't with the Smash team, but it's not incorporated into the gameplay, so it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Who do you play on Valorant?
So for Valorant, I mean, a bunch of different people. I've mostly main initiators, so I'm playing a lot of Sova, Breach,
Okay.
Teo. I'll fill in Sentinel when I need to, so I'll play Cypher too, but it's kind of depending on the map.
Okay. Fair enough.
Who do you play on Smash mostly?
Diddy Kong. I mean, I play, yeah, so competitively, I'll pretty much just play Diddy Kong. For fun, I'll play half the cast.
So you're a small little monkey.
Yeah, yes. I mean, well, yeah, I guess so.
You like the diddler. Okay.
No.
We are cutting that.
I throw bananas at people. Man.
You just came onto the podcast to get hated on. That's
awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so what drew you to participate in esports? Was it your original plan when you were choosing Nelson, or how did that happen?
No, it was not my original plan coming here. I'd played video games my whole life, not a lot of different games, mostly just Nintendo games because I grew up with just a Wii and Minecraft. So I was kind of just basic PG games kid, so playing a lot of just fun stuff. But I got into watching the competitive Smash scene on YouTube and stuff. So I kind of got more into the game. So then I got a Switch, got into Smash Ultimate. So I got more into the game that way, but I never played online or anything like that. So I wasn't experienced that way, but I had a lot of hours just playing against CPUs and stuff in the game. So then when I came here to visit for campus days, I actually still had no idea that the esports team was a thing. But one of the guys that I met while I was here, who I actually think never even ended up attending here, but he was like, yo, I heard they got a Smash tournament. I'm going to go join. And I was just like, all right. So I wasn't even going to go play in it, but I was going to just go watch because I was just I don't know anybody here. I mean, I'm just some kid from California who's here alone. I mean, me getting here was a whole nother story.
I'm sorry.
But I got there and then I was like, I'll just join a tournament because why not? Because I can. And then I kind of just destroyed everybody. I didn't lose a game.
You're humbly speaking, I won.
I destroyed everybody. It was bad. So then the coach at the time was like, hey, you can actually play this game. You should come here. And we can get you on scholarship and you can play Smash Bros. And I was like, wait. You telling me you're going to pay me money to play this game? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, all right. So that was kind of the draw, was I loved the game. I thought it was a lot of fun. I still do in a different way, but it was I can do this and get paid. So I was like, dope.
Money?
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing it because I'm getting paid.
No, I mean,
okay. But you are about to graduate, though.
I am about to graduate, which is tragic. I'm not ready for that. But
you still want to find, if you could do video games for a living, if you could?
No, I'm not good enough to, Because the problem is the only way that most people can make a living playing video games is either you play professionally, in which case you have to be very good. Also, playing professionally in the Smash scene is so like not doable.
Yeah.
just because it's already not that big of a game, but also just because it's hard to be like, it's hard to have sponsorships and be attached to a team when it's an individual game. But then also it's not a really popular like game, and Nintendo doesn't really back it because the game wasn't meant to be played competitively. So it's hard. I mean, Valorant would be something completely different because Valorant's designed to be played competitively. So there's teams that, they make all kinds of money. But the other route, which is what most people do, is you get good enough at a game that you get a following, and then you like stream, do YouTube, stuff like that.
I thought when you were saying Smash, I thought you were talking about Smash Bros.
That is what it is.
Oh, it is. Okay, great.
What else would I be talking about?
I don't know. I was like Smash. I'm like, is this another game?
Should I make that more clear? I'm like Smash is Super Smash
It's
Brothers Ultimate.
It's just Bella.
I
Okay.
don't play
Everyone
video
else here understood.
I'm sorry. I was like, maybe this is a game I don't know.
No.
No,
My bad.
Smash Bros.
Great. Oh, Diddy Kong. That makes so much sense. I used to play that with my bro.
Wait. So when he said
Wait.
Diddy Kong, did you actually think he was playing Diddy?
Diddy like the monkey.
Yeah, but like, what other game would that be?
Donkey Kong. Moving on.
You know, another just thing that often happens with them is either because you were talking about you get a following, you stream on Twitch, is if you can be bad enough to be funny.
It's true.
That's another way of getting a big following.
As I'm saying, I don't think I'll never be good enough to be able to play professionally in that level, and I don't think I have the winning personality nor like the drive to try and build a YouTube career.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, very valid.
Frankly speaking, I think you'd be very funny on YouTube.
it might be the cynical
Maybe.
aspect of it.
But like, again, I'm like, you have to like convince everyone else of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Bella, do you want to take the next question?
Yeah. How can a student join a team?
Yeah. So number one thing I say is download Discord, join our Discord, get in connection with our coach. Coach Prim's great. And then just like kind of talk with people on the team. And then from that point, we hold tryouts at the beginning of every semester for all the games. It's kind of hard because the games that we play will go in and out because of the players that we have. Because we're not that big of a school, so we can't really have just like consistently just like all kinds of people. So like we've had teams in the past that we don't have anymore. And now we have new teams that we haven't had before. So a lot of the tryout kind of stuff will be individual. So like if you wanted to join right now, you couldn't join to compete this season, but you could join now. We could get you a tryout with like a team captain or somebody else that like plays your game, and they can gauge your skill level, things like that. And then you could play next semester.
Who's team captain right now? Like, is there one specific team captain?
It depends on the
esports?
games. So I'm like, not all the games technically like have like a team captain, but I'm actually not sure how official of a role it is. Usually it's just like the player that's the most experienced with the game, because they'll be the most helpful for gauging how good you are at the game, and then also gonna be the person that's probably like helping you get better at the game. So like for Smash, it's Taylor Cookman.
Love Taylor.
Love that
Yep.
guy.
We love
and like for
Cam.
Valorant, it's Cam. I mean, I don't know if you know Cam. No, we love Cam. Cam's great.
Cam's
So
great.
he's the Valorant.
And he's correct. So yeah.
Good to know he's a captain. That's funny.
Well, just because he's far and away our best Valorant player. It's
Oh.
not close.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much just how it goes. It's like you just get in the Discord, talk with us, join the team. It's really not that hard of a process.
Ellie, you really could join the team.
Not again.
What team do you
Yeah,
want her to join?
Not this again, guys. This is like the 5th time that someone has tried to get me to join
Yeah, you should
esports.
join.
Okay, I will say.
Where you talk? You quit Smash after trying out against Taylor.
I will say you can join esports without being on a team, because you can be on our media team, because we are working on streaming more, which we've already started doing more this semester because we have new space. Because everybody that doesn't know, we're also now on 4th floor in admin, as well as just like 2nd floor where we have been. So we have a lot more space. So we have a whole dedicated streaming room now. So if you want to just like have streaming practice, or like you're interested in video games but you don't want to compete, you can join our stream team. You can cast, you can stream.
You heard it here.
You
heard
heard
it
it
here,
here.
folks.
It is an opportunity that you can do. It's cool. We do have some people that that's all they do. They don't actually play games.
So basically, you're asking for help, like the help.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like for people that are interested in streaming, and I mean, you don't necessarily have to know anything about video
It's a
games
good starting
if you
point.
just want to stream. But also, I'm going to help if you're interested in games, because then you can help with the games that you know stuff about. Because that's probably the thing that we're struggling the most with right now is we need people that can cast. Because all the people that know the most about the game are the people that are playing.
That's fair.
Have you guys ever potentially thought about starting not just like a competitive scene, but just more of an entertainment for the media side of things, just to get more reputation for the doing maybe not necessarily like a competitive stream, but like a challenge run of maybe like Mario 64, something like that, where you can just get people to watch just for entertainment value?
I don't entirely know. I mean, we've done most of the stuff that's more entertainment we've done has been more like participatory stuff for people on campus. Like we
Yeah.
like hosted Smash tournaments and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we have done just like for fun streams and stuff. I think that'd be cool. I mean, that's more of a question for our coach.
Yeah, of course.
Like he'd know better. I mean, actually, I know we were talking about trying to do more fun stuff that like just people can participate with, which would be fun. It's an interesting idea. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, because I mean, I know those streams where it's like speed run of Mario, whatever, and it's just a bunch of people on a couch and they're just talking. Those get thousands of views.
Actually, I have a friend. He doesn't go here anymore, but it's DJ. But he knows how to speedrun 64. So actually, we could haul him in for that. It'd be fun.
Okay, I think I do want to move on to kind of more personal. So if you have, trying to think, like, do you have any? I know you're saying like funny stories, maybe not necessarily, but
I could come up with something.
yeah.
But also, just like it's hard because part of the reason it's funny is because you understand what's going on.
That's fair.
And like.
And because it's bad.
Some of them, but a lot of the time it's just like because
like the terminology.
It has something
and
to
stuff that you said.
do with the video games itself, and if you don't know what's going on,
That's fair.
Oh, it's more context based.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
and there's a lot of just like consistent inside jokes and stuff
Mhm.
that you'd never know.
Is there, is that the question? Do you feel unseen or underappreciated? Like, because I know, like, I was saying, I did not know we had an esports team. So are there like things where you're just like, gosh, like, can you just appreciate me more? I don't know. I mean, not in that sense, but yeah.
No, I get what you're trying to say though, because it's like it can be hard sometimes because we don't get talked about much, and when we do, it's not very serious.
Yeah.
Like for example,
Like a chapel.
I don't remember. I think it was last spring. Actually, I think it was for like the music chapel or whatever. Or it might not have been music chapel, but it's one of the ones where they do like a performance kind of type thing.
Yeah.
And they have somebody that's like, what's the
like
word
hosting?
for it? Yeah, they have like a host kind of person, right? And they were like giving the announcements and stuff, you know, and they were like, oh yeah, and like Smash, like we won the whole thing, like we won a championship for our league, right? And they were like,
Crickets.
wow, that's kind of cool. I think I could do that. Like the host said that, and I was like, you have minimized everything that we have worked for and
Yeah.
everything that we've achieved
Yeah.
to, oh, I think anybody could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know?
That's
and that's
fair.
kind of like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because that's our big thing. We've done that twice now. Like actually we've won both springs that I've been here. Working on number 3 right now. But you know, that's kind of just like wow, I don't think you understand what it is we do.
Right.
And I'd say that's probably the thing that's the most just like underappreciated about esports is that it has a difficulty level comparable to any other sport, if not more.
Yeah. It's just not like physical.
Yeah.
People will get so blinded by the fact that it's like, oh, but it's not this super physically challenging thing.
No, but mentally or like it's like a whole, I mean, you're strategizing, it's a whole thing.
And
Yeah.
a lot of it is like I'd say the level of concentration for the amount of time is harder than just about any other sport. Besides maybe like, I mean, even the only other thing that would be comparable would be like chess,
Mhm.
which even then most people would be like, well, that's not a sport, that's just a game. You know, I'm like, whoa, soccer's just a game until you're doing it competitively.
Yeah.
Right. There's
Yeah.
a lot that goes
You
into
know,
it.
and you could say that for just about anything else,
Yeah.
which is what I would say. And then people are like, well, but no, it's not physical. You know, people like, I have friends back home that love to call it our finger sports. You know, but then I'm like, well, then look at like track and field, you know. Is it really a sport to throw heavy rock a far distance? Because you're only working on one thing.
You
But
make a good point.
I'm like, esports the same way, you know, or javelin. Oh, I throw my long stick a far away. Or, oh, I can run fast, you know. But those are the kind of things that, like, because they also make you look physically impressive, people are like more drawn to it. You know, and it's also been around for a longer time because esports is pretty much brand new.
Right. Yeah.
So people don't understand it the same way. But the nuance into the game is completely different. We also have a certain level of adaptation that's different than just about any other sport because our games get updates. You know, like when's the last time the rules of soccer changed?
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't been
You know,
there are
No.
minor rule changes in the FIFA League, but as far as I'm aware, major rules haven't
Yeah.
changed in the past
Yeah.
50
No, that
years
makes sense.
probably.
Yeah, I doubt much of anything's changed. I mean, probably the most recent change in soccer. Actually, I don't even know if that's a thing. But like, 'cause I know for at some point, like when you started in the middle, like after somebody scored at the end of a half, you had to start moving forward, and they got rid of that because everybody would just tap the ball forward and then kick it backwards because that's how you play. You know, because you play defensively for the most part.
Right.
It's like, but like even that's like those are minimal changes. And like for Valorant, for example, I mean, we're getting a new agent dropping this weekend, who is going to probably completely change the way that the game is played because they're, I mean,
They have different like traits and skills.
I don't know if it's worth explaining it, but yeah. So it's like it's a new agent, which means they have also because of the way Valorant works. I mean, it's a tactical shooter, so it's about, you know, you have to kill the other people to win the game and take. But it's about taking space. It's about holding angles, and the agent is an agent that we don't know fully yet because they haven't released, but it's going to be an agent that we're pretty sure will be what we call a dive duelist. So they are about rapidly taking space, and that's the kind of thing that you build your team around because it's like for me, like I play initiators, which their whole thing is you are about making the other team as uncomfortable as possible and making challenging angles easier. So my whole thing would be then I'm throwing out utility that the dive duelist is rapidly taking advantage of. So having a new agent that can do that, because we only have 2 that can do that right now.
Is one of those Jet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Jet and Razor are 2 dive duelists right now.
Okay.
And having a new and Neon kind of. But like having a new agent that could do that may completely change the game. We don't know. So then you have to rapidly adjust to that. And that's something that you don't do in other sports either.
Right. That makes sense.
That was my big thing when I heard you were on the esports team. And I wasn't minimizing it, but I was doing the comparison where it was like chess. Like it's more of a mind than a body game.
Yeah.
I mean, though I'm sure you have to have really precise thumbs and fingers. Like I'm being serious. Like you probably have to good mind to body connection for that. Like really good response time, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's also just a fundamental understanding of the game and understanding everything about it. Like
Right.
I know I had thought that I was good at Smash Bros. And then I played Taylor and realized that I was not. So, you know, speaking of the spring
We
thing where
love
you're they're like,
Taylor.
you can, yes, I do love Taylor. But that man crushed my dreams.
Taylor, we love you. If you're hearing this, we love you, Taylor.
I have told him that to his face. He knows it. So, yeah, there is like an aspect whenever, you know, he goes up, the chapel speaker went up there and was like, oh, I can do it. I was like, no.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You think you can, but you can't.
Well, that's also a thing that's unique to Smash because Smash isn't, I mean, it's not designed to be a competitive game. It's a party game. And probably just about anybody that will listen to this has played Smash at least once, you know? And I think just about everybody, especially if they've played more than once, is like, yeah, I think I'm pretty all right. You know, they're like, yeah, I can stay on the stage. Yeah, I beat my younger siblings, you know? And it's like, you have no idea the levels. Because like me, I'm like, we've won our division multiple times now. You know, I'm probably second best person on the team at this point, like behind Taylor.
Humble brag.
And it's like, I mean, hey, Laz is coming up. We got a
He's
freshman who
getting
cooks.
there.
We love that guy. But, and it's like, we'll go to tournaments in DFW and I'll like go even. Like I'll go like 2-2, maybe 3-2 at a tournament, sometimes worse. And it's like, you don't even realize that like I mean, besides Taylor, I'd beat anybody on this campus probably easily. And I'm in the competitive scene, I'm like maybe all right.
Yeah.
You're
You know?
only all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole
I'm
thing.
maybe all right. Like if I went to a major tournament, how do I describe this? I mean,
Like you just be average.
I'd get kicked. If I went to a major tournament
get
where
whooped.
there's hundreds of people,
Yeah.
I would
Right.
get destroyed. Like I would get cooked. I mean, Taylor went to SmashCon, which is a major tournament on the East Coast that happens every year. I think a year ago or 2 years ago.
The video that I saw was from 2 years ago.
I mean, and I don't know if you know how much about like how tournaments are organized, but there's like when you have over like 1,000 people in a tournament, you can't just do it in like a normal like bracket. So it has to be in like pools and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he barely made it out of his first pool. And Taylor even does well here in DFW. You know, but it's just like it's different because there's no good way to rank people besides how people go to tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to get better is to play against other people. So it's hard. It's hard to understand like how good people are until you play them, and then you're just like, wow, I got no shot.
Well, to be fair, what's interesting about Smash Bros is because the game is not updating anymore, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that the skill level of the characters is almost always on the rise in a sense of. It's hard. I would imagine it's harder to get into that as a new player because there's no changes being made because everyone else has had so much time with it. Whereas with Valorant, let's say new agent comes out, you just love it, you pick it up, and now you might be able to even play at low level competitive because you just love and you vibe with that character, or you like really
You're the
click
best with that new
character.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, it's different in Valorant too because there's very few people who can get away with only playing one agent.
That's true.
Because like in Smash, it's a lot of the time it's more about like you're specialized with your one character. You get really good with them. I mean, some characters aren't good enough to be played just one of them, so you'll play two characters to like counter off each other's weaknesses. So you have like a secondary character that you'll play just because a lot of them are not solo viable. I mean, that's the other thing that's difficult about Smash is, I mean, there's like 80 something characters in the game, and you have to know the matchups for how your character plays against all the other ones. And then some of them are really hard. So you have to then learn other characters to beat those characters that your first character can't beat, you know? And so there's layers to it. But Valorant's completely different because you're more picking agents based on how useful their utility is on the map that you're on, which is all about map banning and which map you play on, which is a whole nother side of things. But yeah, again, there's a lot that goes into it, and you'd never know, you know?
Right.
I'm learning a lot, though, honestly. I didn't know.
This
That's
is
the
good.
point.
That is kind of the point.
Yeah.
So we know that being an athlete it can be pretty tiring on the actual athletes, but how does it affected you and your college career, having to practice, having to balance homework, friends, all like how is that kind of affected being an esports athlete?
Mm-hmm. So you're talking like time management kind of?
Time management, and also just like the mentality of like are there ever weeks that are just awful because you gotta wake up, go to practice, do homework, getting a little like sort of just really intense weeks that can happen?
It definitely can be. This semester I have a pretty light academic schedule, so it's not too bad.
How many credits are you taking?
I'm only taking 12.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, I mean they're all upper division classes, so it's still work.
Yeah,
but it's not as bad as it's been in the past.
Yeah.
But I mean, part of that is our coach's job to help us balance that, because we've had semesters in the past where it was like we were trying to have, I think it was 2 practices a week, and then also we were helping stream for another game during the week, and we were helping host tournaments, and we were doing like there's been times where it was constant mayhem. Nobody could keep up with anything. And there's also been times where we were doing a lot less, where we weren't streaming, we weren't doing that stuff, and it's not too bad. But for me personally, it can be hard sometimes just because like the hours of the day in which you're effective and like doing homework and stuff, is different for everybody else. And for me, it's mostly at nighttime, which is also usually when we're doing esports stuff. So like, it depends on the day. It's like for me right now, Mondays are kind of rough because I don't have anything in the morning, but I also don't do that much in the morning because I like sleep. But
It really does. Took him a while to get up to. No, I'm kidding.
I was here right on time.
He
Thank
was,
you
he
very
was.
much.
He was.
and I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you. But I need to stop popping my knuckles because the mic totally picks that up.
I know, I'm popping my knuckles too, and I'm like, frick, and I'm like drinking the water, frick it again.
Yeah. But anyways, shoot, I totally lost my train of
Mondays.
thought. Mondays. Yeah. Okay. So then it's like I have class in the afternoon, and then I go to work, and then we have weekly meetings for esports that we have on Mondays from 4 to 5. So I'll have that, and then we compete on Smash right after that. So I'll immediately go play Smash for like 3 hours, and then immediately after that we usually have Valorant practice from like 9 to whenever we finish, which can be like 11:30, 12, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, the day's gone, you know.
Right.
But then there'll be other days where I have nothing. So it's, I don't know. It's hard for me to speak for everyone because everybody has different schedules.
Yeah.
I'm also not involved in really any extracurriculars besides esports, and there's a lot of people that are. I mean, like Jimmy Louts is an RA, Ace is an RA, so they have all kinds of stuff, and sometimes we have to reschedule because they can't be a part of things because they're an RA and they have prior duties. We have a lot of people that are involved in SMA, so they have it. I mean, I think it's probably comparable to a lot of other sports, but it's probably, I'd say, more doable for just kind of your average person because, I mean, it's true. Like, we have more flexible practice times than I think your average sports team does. If anything, just because
daylight.
Yeah, we don't require daylight. That's a big part of it for sure.
Yeah.
And then also, like, because I know a lot of sports teams, they will have like practices and then they have conditioning, you know, and it is esports. We don't have to do that, you know? So it's more just physical in like reaction time and practicing the actual game. We don't have to like physically condition our bodies. So I think it makes it a little more doable.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Okay, so obviously we've talked kind of like about maybe the harder aspects of esports and kind of like the time management. But what's something that you've really loved about being on the esports team and being able to participate? What's something like you've really enjoyed?
So the thing that I wasn't expecting going into it was probably just like the friends. Because I mean, not to like knock on everybody else in like esports or anything like that, but like I went into it thinking like, man, I'm a nerd. I'm trying to get paid to play video games, you know, like I'm a weirdo. And I was like, I showed up and I was like,
paid though.
I am getting paid, which we like that. But I was like, I don't know, man, this is kind of weird, but nah, those guys can be funny, bro. You know? And I was just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they are amazing people. And it's not what I was expecting going into it at all.
You weren't expecting community, probably.
Yeah. I really think that's really probably the best way to put it. And I mean, now those are my people. You know, those are the people I spend almost all my time with.
Yeah, I see you every time you're in the
It's true.
den.
It's true. I'm with my people. I mean, those are my guys, you know? And girls. 'Cause we do have girls on the esports team. Believe it or not, you'd never know.
That's
I don't know if that's a good thing to say.
for audience sake, that's a lie. Women aren't real.
Oh,
But genuinely though, I think it's something that's worth saying is like there are women on these esports teams. I think most people think like, oh, esports, it's, you know, those nerds that
guys
play video games too much in their mom's
Right.
basement, you know?
No.
And it's like, no, we have women too. I mean, like, actually, I'm like, one of them graduated and they met like doing esports and now they're married, you know? So I'm like, we
Adorable.
And
have.
you don't play in a basement. You play in a building
Yes.
on the top floor.
And it's not an arena in the
Basements are
sky.
usually in-
Yeah.
For that okay, that's another story of like
What's another story?
another bad story of I guess that is this could be kind of our funny story. It's kind of bad, but it's kind of funny.
We finally
Let's
get one.
see.
We finally get one.
Well, just I mean, it's not even a good thing.
Oh.
It's an example for how people don't appreciate esports.
Just-
But it's like, so it was just, I mean, older gentleman. I don't know what his role here. He's probably some sort of admin here at the school, probably some higher position. They handed him announcements. He didn't know what they were, right? So he's just reading it, and he's reading off that I think it was the beginning of the semester, and we were talking about how we have tryouts and that they're in the arena.
Was this last semester? Or
No, this
last
was a
fall?
while back. It might have been up to 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's been a while. And he was like, and they have it in the arena. And he's like, I didn't know we had one of those. It must be an arena in the sky. So then I was this whole joke. We're like, oh yeah, the arena in the sky.
Okay, when Ellie,
that explains.
But
why
to
I
be
do it all
honest,
the
here's the thing.
time.
Ellie, when I was talking with her, she's like, "Yeah, we're going to the we're gonna be at the arena," and I was like, The arena. I'm like, what's the arena?
Okay.
And I'm in my head, I'm like thinking like gladiator style.
Well, I'm sure that's what he was thinking too, and that's why,
Coliseum.
because he's thinking arena. He's like, I don't know where that is. So then he's just making a joke like, oh, it must be like up in the sky somewhere where I can't see it.
Yeah.
But we were like, man, like, I mean, okay.
He's
To
just
be
an
fair,
admin guy.
before we had moved a bunch of this stuff up to 4th floor, we were just in. So what the room? I'm pretty sure what it used to be is it used to be the balcony for McCafferty.
Yes.
But now there's a wall there.
Yep.
And windows for some reason. But
For some reason.
so, well, because you know that weird classroom on 3rd floor admin where it like goes down, and it's like circular and it's like stairs that goes down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know it.
Classic
I've
college
been in
class.
admin like a total, I'm not kidding, like maybe 5 or 6 times, and I've been like in the 1st floor.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
can
fair.
Show you.
It's fine. But yeah, so like there's a classroom where it's like stairs that go down. It's like circular, which makes it it's kind of a cool lecture room, but it's because it used to be the balcony from McCafferty. And then now it's got set into rooms. So like we're in this tiny room up there where it's not even really 3rd floor. It's like 2nd and a half floor because it's kind of in between them. But it's this funky little room that's cut into 2 parts, and that's where we've had all of our stuff for the longest time. But now we also have, if you go up to 4th floor, we have the whole left side and also that glass room up front is now our competition room. It's cool. You should check it out. Check it out.
One day
Should
I'll
come.
just come.
Not just you, audience members too.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Audience, please come. Please come support our esports team.
I will say, all the doors have locks on them, so you can't like go into places.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Well,
don't
yeah.
break in.
But you,
support.
they all have windows, so you can like look in and
Look,
see
you
stuff.
can just stand and stare.
So peeping toms.
No,
Alright.
you're checking out our equipment, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
cool.
I'm so sorry. I really need a filter.
Really?
I hadn't noticed.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate you giving insight into the esports team, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. And
Absolutely.
thank you guys for watching this episode of Nelson Underground. You can check us out Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, pretty much anywhere you can listen to us.
iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Use that.
Tune in for the next episode. Thank you for watching.